Hi, it's Nika here with a new video in the Create Your Cards series. Today we're going to be learning how to do a camouflage die cut card. I will post the link below for the tutorial on how to do all these cuts in Design Space. So this is the card we will be making. As you can see, there's barely an XOXO. It's a little more visible in person. But as I tilt it up, you can kind of see the Buddha raised. So let's get started. These are the cuts from the Cricut. These are what I used washi tape to make sure all the pieces are together before I removed them from the mat, because we will be using all the pieces, the positives and the negatives, and I don't want to lose them. And it was a pain in the butt last time to try to fit them all in, so I put the washi on the back of this because I don't want this to move when I'm stamping. We are using the Forever in My Heart stamp set from Close to My Heart with the hearts. It is not in our current any of our current catalogs. It is from the seasonal before, the first seasonal before this one, but our stamps are always available for a year, so you can still purchase all those cute Valentine lovey-dovey stamps. So I'm using sorbet ink, and when you stamp these, you want to make sure to get a nice, good, even stamp. You don't want it to have a raise where it actually die cuts. Oop, crap. Oh well. There's mistakes. That's why this is live. You get to see everything. So because you want the die cut to completely blend in with the background, and if you don't get a nice even stamp and it it doesn't stamp around the edges of the die cut, you're gonna lose the whole effect. So I find washi tape, it's great repositional, but a lot of times it is a little too sticky. And I do the same thing, the same technique as what you do with your Cricut mat when you first get it. I just put it against my skin and pull it out, and I have ink on my fingers somewhere because I keep getting ink. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I'm doing this one slightly different from the first one. I'm doing a sorbet matte, and then the center piece is a little bit smaller than the card, so there's that little peekaboo of color. I like to do that with my cards. I don't like them to be all one flat. So, come on. So you can do these with actual colored paper, or even I've seen them even with pattern paper. So you don't have to do the stamping and all that. But there's so many techniques to this card. Oops. I don't want this quite yet. I did this last time too. You'd think I would learn. I had to record all of this over again because for some reason there was no volume. You could barely hear me talk, so. And yes, my artwork is pretty enough, but You guys kind of want to know the techniques that I'm doing, so. But one of the cool things I've seen with this technique, the camouflage, is where they won't do stamping, but they'll do like a strip of watercolor. So half of your cut is colored and half of it's white. I think it's really cool. So, and then we're gonna glue all these. I'm using broad tip memory glue, bonding memories. But you can use any sort of adhesive that you want. Come on. And you just place it in there. I don't know why it's not wanting to fit in there. There we go. And the next layer. We do the layers so it pops up a little again, so you can see it a little more. If you did it just with just the one layer die cut, it doesn't give it quite the same look as this. Now you can do 2 to 3 layers of the white to pop it up. I wouldn't recommend doing too much. You don't want it. You just want a slight variation. Make sure to get that all lined up. You'll lose the illusion if your top layer does not line up perfectly with the bottom layers. Even with the mistakes, I could do sequins and stuff like that to cover it up, but it's just to show you how to do the techniques. So, and when you got that raised look, and there you go. There is the camouflage technique for die cuts. I hope you enjoyed today's video. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel for all my videos. You can also go to nickagears.blogspot.com and subscribe to my blog. There's also a link to my Facebook page on the blog. So come back soon.